Foxes are native to the Northern Hemisphere and are invasive pests here in Australia. They were first introduced to Australia around 1845 for hunting, and they have now colonised most of the mainland. Their diet consists of whatever is available to them, including invertebrates, amphibians, reptiles and small mammals. Foxes are mainly active at night and will shelter in dens made with whatever they find in their landscape. Despite constant attempts to reduce fox numbers, they are still present across most land uses. So why are foxes such a problem? Well, they heavily reduce lamb survival rates and are a serious threat to agriculture, as well as killing our backyard and farm chickens. And they can also spread disease and are a serious threat if something like rabies ever gets to Australia. They also reduce our native fauna biodiversity by preying on our little native creatures. To tackle the fox problem on your property, we first need to understand it. If you have a sheep death, investigate to identify what caused the damage. It may be natural or another predator, such as a dog or an eagle. Have you physically seen the fox or identified footprints? It's important to understand the issue that you have on your property. Once we understand the issue, we can then develop an appropriate action plan. There are many control options that suit different situations and circumstances. Research them and decide what's best for you. Some are not appropriate if you have pets or some livestock. Some may affect local wildlife. Some work best if your neighbours are on board, and some may not be financially or physically viable to you. Leschenault Biosecurity Group is here to help guide you through this process and help you decide which fox control technique is most suited to your property. There are many options like baiting, shooting, fumigation and trapping is what we're going to focus on today. So let's talk about trapping.
So we want to pick a location where foxes are more likely to tread, and foxes, because they're creatures of habit, quite often they'll go around your fence line, so it's quite good to place the fox trap along your fence line. It encourages them to push along that fence and then directly into the trap. It's also really important that we put some sand or covering on the bottom of the trap. We don't want foxes, as they step in, to feel the metal under their toes and get a bit of a fright. So we'll cover it up with some soil and dirt, just to give that extra layer at the bottom to encourage them to come inside. We also need to be really careful that the entrance to the trap is clear, so that when this door does shut down, it's got nothing stopping it from closing fully all the way. Now, foxes are pretty intelligent creatures. They've also got really good eyesight. So if they're going to walk along their normal track and see this, they know something's up, they know something's strange. So it's a really good thing to try and cover it up. So when we're placing something over the top, we need to make it look as natural as possible. But do just bear in mind that you don't want to put anything that's going to impede the mechanism here, which is what is going to shut the door of the trap. So cover it up as well as you can, but just make sure there's nothing that's going to impede this mechanism here. Now, another reason it's really important to put something around the trap is because we want to encourage the fox to enter through the door and not try and get the bait that we're putting in from the back or the side of the trap. We want him to be encouraged to go around and enter from the front. The way to do that is there's this flap at the back of these traps. So it's nice and easy to open it up and get your hand in. You can attach your bait dangling down from this mechanism here. You can either attach it directly to this hook, or if you've got something more substantial, something that's a bit harder to hang, you've got this chain here as a bit of a helper as well. So you hang your bait from the mechanism, and then our fox will walk in. The idea is that he'll tug on the bait here, and he'll be trapped. So we know that foxes are pretty sly and cunning. A fox that's been living on your property or around your area is going to notice when something like this suddenly pops up. What we like to do is spend a couple of nights encouraging him to come in, start thinking about it, getting a bit curious, and then he'll actually build up the courage to actually go inside the trap, and that's when you'll have success. So quite often we find that if we bury some of your bait, whether it be chicken, fish, show some really shallow pits around the front of the trap, perhaps some right at the entrance to encourage him to come up and start digging around the front of the trap. And then once you've seen him gain some confidence and go for those baits that are a little bit closer, that's when you would perhaps put your bait actually into the trap and have a go at catching him. The Leschenault Biosecurity Group has these traps available to hire out to landowners.